welcome to another episode of our second career with Jurgen Muller. Today it's the June 29th, 1918, and we're going up on another mission with our squad. When we left, Frederick Schroeder has gained 5 aerial kills, while we have only gained a balloon so far. I have no idea what those are, but I have 2 points. So let's begin the mission. Today we have a offensive patrol. If I'm not mistaken, we're actually... Oh, come on, scroll down. Yes. No, it's an early flight as well. We always get the early flights. It's not the most pleasant, I would say, to get up early and jump into a plane and soar into the sky when it's still cold outside, even though it's in the summer. And our patrol route will take us quite close to where they have enemy airfields. I think they are slightly further away where I showed, but we'll see if we find anything, if someone else is up at this time. In the middle, I think I'm the only DR1 in the flight. Just waiting for my engine to start, and then we should have people taking off. That's a D7, and those two are D7s, and I think the furthest one is a D7 as well. So no D7 for me yet, just this DR1, and I can't even look past the wings there. Standall throttling up, trying to get the tail off the ground. And up she goes. And we have the other 2 planes on our tail as we set off towards no man's land. And as we come up towards no man's land, I do spot some targets on the minimap. I presume it's another balloon hunt that we'll run into. They seem very eager to actually take down our balloons. Very well, there's some German flags chasing something in the air. But I know from experience that I shouldn't really do something. Let's see if our friendlies actually notice that there is someone over there. Which shouldn't be that. Which should be quite obvious with all that flak going off. And down goes our balloon. Poor sod. And eager for more blood, they seem to be coming our way, either to attack us or rather to attack the balloon that we're passing by. Let's fire off a flare just to see if we can get him to come with us. I doubt it, but it's worth a shot. No, they merrily go on their way, continue the patrol. Let's see, there was one going in to attack the balloon again. Now, I think I do a mistake here. As I said in the first video, the DR1 wants to go to the left. That is actually wrong, it wants to go to the right. And I do a lot of left turns, and I will struggle a lot, because you see, as I go left and try to turn sharply, you see that the nose will go up to the right instead. Should be probably be seen shortly. Yes, here. That's a typical example of what the DR1 does when you try to go to the left. It just flips out completely, and we'll do it again. What I do when I want to go to the left, what I do is actually decrease the throttle, so we don't have the same force from the engine, because it's the rotary engine that actually, because I think it's a rotary engine, maybe not, but it's the engine torque that actually makes it more eager to go to the right rather than the left. So you take away that force and you can a bit easier turn to the left. Another thing I was actually thought or heard was that if you're going to the left, you should aim with your left gun. If you're going to the right, you should aim with your right gun. Then you make sure, if you aim with your right gun will hit the target, while your other gun will actually put bullets in front of the plane or something like that. So you will have more hits on target by aiming into the turn. Loop-de-loop. Since I'm not 100% aware of where the other enemy plane is, I'm a bit panicking here. I'm not. See, that's the second one. I think the other one is up to the right now. So my aim is quite bad in the beginning, and I do some very, very stupid maneuvers. But when I figure out that, oh, it's to the right I should go rather than the left, I start, well, I still have to go to the left in some cases. Easing back on the throttle, giving a lot of rudder. You see, I'm leaning more to the left now. Still a bit slow on the trigger, I think. I should have been hit. A lot of jams on the right one. That's the boring thing with these low-level AIs that I'm currently facing. If something happens or I get an advantage, they start to go in a circle. They don't try to do any maneuvers. Really, as soon as they get hit or in a bad spot, I guess. But for an inexperienced pilot like me, I think it's a good fight and I get some kills, so I'm happy. Because it goes around and around and around. Come on, you're basically just a big hole now. He's venting absolutely everything. And off the wing. Now I have absolutely no idea where his friend went. Hopefully he either retreated to his own lines or he was down by flak, because I can't see him. So instead I tried to gain some altitude, because it's not a nice thing to be low over no man's land, even though I'm closer to my line than theirs, because flak can be quite accurate, as well as machine gun fire, but I think I'm a bit too high on that. So I start to do what is it called? It's called something special, but I think basically just climbing in a spiral. It's a carousel climb or something like that. And why I do this, it's because I have my friendlies somewhere in that direction. Alright, they actually engaged the other dolphin. I think was a dolphin. Higher up. So after a while I actually managed to climb all the way up there to my friendlies when I spot another set of flights coming out from no man's land, from the enemy side. Oh, they're still chasing the other dolphin. So I say, okay, I won't catch up to that, so better check out these two planes over here and see if it's something interesting, more things to take down. I have no idea what that is, because I haven't seen anything like it before. Looks like it's two-seaters. I guess I need to be a bit cautious, since I'm coming up on their tail. Now this is where I should have been, where I failed, basically. This is where I failed. If you look at the wings, the lower wing pair is actually shorter than a top wing pair, which is very traditional for a German plane. As far as I know, I can be wrong, but most of the British planes, at least, have equally long wing pairs. I don't know, do I actually let them go? Yes. Oh, yes. I had another encounter with these planes because I turned away now because I couldn't catch them. See if I could actually get that target over our actual target instead. But I encountered these two-seaters later on, or at another time, and they apparently are German because they are German for some reason. So I tried to chase down the lone plane over there, but I couldn't find him, or rather he couldn't catch up to him. He retreated further inland and probably landed somewhere safe. Instead I turned back and caught up with my flight. Which still seem to be all accounted for, as far as I know. Yes, it's all of them. And as I fall into formation, we continue on our patrol route. Well, at least all the way to the next waypoint, and then my entire flight goes bonkers. I think our flight lead is blood hungry and goes chasing after every balloon and everything he sees, basically. So after around 20 minutes of going back and forth, they decide, okay, it's time to head home. This is after we have tried to strafe 3 different balloons. And I don't know if we actually downed anything or not, but as you can see on the right now, okay, now I zoomed in, just because of that. But there's a small white dot in the middle of no man's land, turning up towards it now. That's a balloon, a landed balloon. And our flight lead decides that, okay, that's the exact route we're taking back home. And to make sure we get home fast, we dive. Just checking to make sure that our flight lead is actually going straight home now, because it looks like that. Or are they actually trying to attack the balloon that has landed? I'm not sure. But they are diving steeply. Mind you that this is after several almost suicidal attacks on balloons previously. I'm a bit nervous at this point. And he's taking us straight over that balloon camp or outpost or whatever you call it. And as the flag starts going up, I do the only thing I thought worth it to make sure we came out of this alive, and that is to put down some suppressive fire on the flak battery, just to scatter the people actually operating the gun. I think you can do that in Rise of Flight as well. I know you can do it in Battle of Stalingrad. And of course, I get a flak hit. I was expecting this. My aileron's gone. I don't know if maybe I lost some tail control as well, but well, my flight capabilities are severely hampered at this point. I'm struggling with my rudder and the throttle to get away from this area. Just to, well, as you can see, they're still firing at me. I really don't want to crash and get killed for something stupid like this. And I would like to get back to my own lines if possible. I can still fly. I only lost half of one of my 3 pairs of wings, so I should be able to. I have enough lift. I hope. I don't want to rip anything else. But it looks like only the top left wing was ripped off. And to make matters worse, we're going in over the trenches, the enemy trenches, where they have machine gun nests. I tried to turn her around, but it's impossible. Just to stay in the air and try to get away from no man's land. And we actually managed to get past no man's land, and I tried to find a nice flat piece of land, but the plane wants to go towards the forest. In a desperate attempt, I think I gave a bit more rudder input and actually managed to steer away from it. And I can just pray that I'm slow enough so I don't die. And we're down on enemy turf. Luckily, we end up only wounded. Our teammate downed the other dolphin. I think it's a dolphin at least. The other enemy plane that was harassing our balloons. And we're awarded a wounded badge, and spend a couple of days, I think it's 2 days in the hospital. And we have had our... Was this our... Yeah, this was our... Well, technically it's our second... Oh, it's a SPAD. No SPADs this time. This is our second victory, because I do claim the one in the first mission as well. But this is our first official victory. Aerial victory. Which is good. And I think that is the only mission, yes, the only mission I'm flying today. Apparently, our commander, Jurgen Muller, was wounded as well on his mission. So we have a temporary leader now. I'm not sure if he comes back or not. But yeah, the second mission of today. Lothar Jaeger got another one, and Gerhard Thomas got one but was wounded. Yeah, same Lothar Jaeger that was in my flight. I'm not sure if he actually was the one. Is he our new flight lead? No, I could be wrong there. Yes, another 2 SPADs. 7s this time, and the last mission of the day, I think. A line patrol. Jagd Hoffman downed 2 more SPADs, and Carl Hermann was wounded. So we have had 3 wounded soldiers or pilots this time. No deaths so far, which is good. There was a lot of mission this time. 4th one. Fredrik Schröder put another one, and John Klein, I don't know, Brigettes, more Brigettes. I want to fight Brigette. I like fighting 2-seaters. And he's wounded in action as well, so good. And that's it. That's it for today. We have, I'll see you on the next mission.